kind of feel like we're doing a science experiment here. A weird one today, guys. Admittedly, a very, very weird episode right here on my channel. Today, I'm talking about American hot sauce. A subject that came to me today that I didn't realize that actually I have been eating a lot of since I went to New Orleans last year. And I'm very excited to actually do this video because it's weird and bizarre and I've never done anything like it on my channel before. Anyway, welcome everyone. Thank you very much for joining in with my channel. My name is Shaun and I'm a YouTuber from Edinburgh in Scotland. If you're new, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Join the gang. It will be great to see you on a weekly basis right here on my channel. 2 years ago, I went on a United States government-sponsored trip to the United States of America with the US Embassy to London on a trip called Exploring American Values, and ever since then, I've been absolutely fascinated and fell in love with America. And I've been back several times and I'm really, really interested, especially in a deep connection between Scotland, my home country, and the United States. So that's why we talk about it a lot right here on my channel. Now, last year, in October, I went for the very first time ever to New Orleans in Louisiana. Let me tell you guys, I absolutely fell head over heels for Louisiana, for New Orleans. I think it's an absolutely fabulous city. Loved it to bits, right? I had so many good memories from that trip. You'll see the whole playlist of vlogs that I did from that trip on my channel. There'll be a link down below in the description of this video. I had a great time. I had a lot of parties. We had great weather. The culture was unique and different, but especially I absolutely loved the food in New Orleans. It was amazing, sensational, blew me away. I was not expecting just how good it was going to be. And let me tell you a secret. Before that trip to New Orleans in October last year, I did not like spicy food whatsoever. Never ate it, really, because I just didn't enjoy it, right? Well, let me tell you, that was a kind of turning point in my life because pre-New Orleans, never ate anything spicy really. Since New Orleans, I am in love with hot, spicy food now. Thanks to that trip. It was incredible, especially for the food. As you would have seen from my videos, I ate a lot of good food, right? One of the things I've kind of taken back with me since that New Orleans trip is a kind of appreciation for hot sauce. Something that I think is uniquely very, very strong in American food culture. Something we don't really do here in the UK. But anyway, I've started to eat hot sauce. And I eat it on quite a lot. And also, there's not that many brands here in the UK to choose from. But there is one famous one, of course, everybody knows about. Tabasco. I had no idea what Tabasco was, where it was from. All I knew it was a good hot sauce. That's the only thing I knew, right? And since coming back from New Orleans, I've been using it on everything, basically. And today at lunchtime, I was eating a cup of noodles and they were a bit bland and boring, and I thought, you know what, the only thing that will make this better is some Tabasco. So I dumped some Tabasco in and it tasted great. And it was so good actually that I decided to put it out there on Twitter, my appreciation for Tabasco. I said, is there anything that a few drops of Tabasco will not make taste much better? Not really thinking it would go any further than that. Well, let me tell you, that tweet kind of went a bit mad. If you're not following my Twitter, by the way, the link is down below as well. Make sure you follow me on social media. Lots of people commented, I should have expected irony. And I did get a lot of irony. A lot of people were like, well, actually, since you said, is there anything that will not be good with Tabasco? Here's a list of things we think will not be good with Tabasco. And there's some weird and wonderful things on there that I never ever thought you should really not be putting any sauce on, let alone hot sauce, right? And I was thinking, all right, okay, a little bit of fun there. I might do a couple of little replies to these people and try some of these things. Then, a couple of things happened. I got a reply, and I did not tag them, I got a reply from Tabasco itself. The Tabasco Corporation, the owner of Tabasco, the sauce brand. Tabasco said the straight up answer is no. Then, I was reading through the comments of other people that were talking about the hot sauce, my appreciation for hot sauce and what things might not be good in it. People were saying, did you not know it was from New Orleans? You should have went on a tour there. What? I had no idea that I'm actually eating a sauce right now from New Orleans, from Louisiana. Not quite New Orleans, very, very close. 2 hours drive away from New Orleans. A little place called Avery Island, near the swamp. Of course, a lot of that area is swamp, right? But near the swamp, there's a place called Avery Island, and that is where Tabasco is from, apparently. I've done some research after reading that, and then it clicked on me, right? I've got all these tweets of people telling me to eat weird and wonderful things with hot sauce to see if my tweet actually stands up. I guess I've got to prove it now, right? I've got to try lots of all these weird and wonderful things people sent me with Tabasco. I almost said tobacco there. Since today finding out that Tabasco is actually from Louisiana, the state that I absolutely adored when I visit, got the blooming t-shirt. This is New Orleans, but you get the picture, right? Since finding that out, I'm even more probably passionate about hot sauce because I know there's a lot of other brands from that neck of the woods, right? The food is just so full of flavour and spicy. I felt compelled to do more research about this because, like, it just felt like the stars had aligned in today's video. Tabasco themselves engaging. So here we go. Today I'm going to be putting Tabasco and all the things that people told me to put it on and try, including, as you would have seen from the intro of this, a really, really good Scottish whiskey. And speaking of Scottish, the guy who started off Tabasco, whose name is still on the bottle, right there, look, McIlhenny, right at the top there, I'm not sure if you can make that out, grew his first pepper in 1868, right? That's basically when the company started making peppers and selling it in bottles and all that kind of stuff, becoming Tabasco. He himself is of Irish descent and also Scottish descent. This excites me. I've been talking about this as a theme on my channel over the last few weeks and months. This connection, this deep connection with Scottish people, Scottish and Irish you would say in this sense, going over to America in those days, way back then, and starting things and starting really, really good things and making them worldwide famous. And certainly Tabasco is worldwide famous. Everybody knows about this stuff. And get this, it's one of very, very few companies in America today that has the royal seal of approval on the back. See if you can make that out. That is a royal stamp from Her Majesty the Queen. All it really means is it is an approved brand by the Queen, and they give sauce to the Queen. Not sure the exact technicalities of that. But anyway, I thought that was an interesting connection. And like I said, I have been doing these connections with Scotland and America on my channel now for a while, since going to America a couple of years ago, and I absolutely love doing this. Speaking of which, I'm going to be running a blog website, a brand new one, very, very soon in the near future, all about Scotland and people who might want to come to Scotland and visit Scotland and find out about Scottish roots. It's not launched yet, it's not ready to be launched, but it will be very soon. And I'm looking people, the very early initial people, to have a look at it first and test it before anyone else, before it's made public, essentially. There's a link down below in the top line of the description of this video for anybody who might want to be a tester of my website to see it first. Give me feedback on what you think about it. And I will have an announcement on that very soon in the next couple of days about how it's going to look and all that kind of thing for the people who signed up to be testers. I've even got a name and a little bit of a design to show you. So sign up down below and you'll be the first to see what I'm talking about. The whole project is still maybe a month or so down the line, but we're getting there. Very excited to share that. Promoting Scotland in these tough times. Anyway, this video, Tabasco American hot sauce. Before I get into trying these foods, I want to take you through some of the history of Tabasco because I think it's fascinating. A state like Louisiana is obviously famed for its food, and if you go to New Orleans, you get all these amazing hot sauces. This is the home of this type of thing, and it's an American industry using peppers, the Tabasco peppers, which I believe are from Central America initially, right? But Mr. McIlhenny, Edmund Mcllhenny, born in 1815, actually in Maryland, right? But moved to New Orleans. One of his friends was actually a plantation owner, a man called Mr. White, and apparently he actually did this recipe and planted these peppers, these chili peppers, first of all, before the Tabasco company in his plantation, right? And obviously because Mr. McIlhenny was a friend of his, told him the recipe, and then when Mr. White died, Mr. McIlhenny, obviously being an entrepreneur, thought this is a chance to try something here, and started planting the peppers on his own, and then started making the recipe. First of all, selling it just in the local area, New Orleans, and the cities on the Gulf Coast, and then expanding over to California, the East Coast. All the big cities eventually got into it, and then as we know, all around the world, the bottle, the design, everything is famous. And I should say right now, this is not a sponsored post by any means. This was literally a random idea that popped in my head today because I love hot sauce, and to find out it's from one of my most favourite cities in the world, in America, fascinated me, and I had to do this. A couple of other things I find fascinating about the process of how they make it, and one day I really want to go there now, back to New Orleans, and over to Avery Island, and actually see the house that they set up, and the whole area, and actually do a tour of how they make it. And what I find fascinating is they grow the peppers, the original peppers, the source peppers, on their ground there, but then they export the seeds. So the main crop that they use to make their sauce is actually grown in South America and Central America, places like Colombia. It's then shipped back to New Orleans where it is processed in their plant. And I watched a couple of videos online about how they make it, and one of the things I noticed, right, they do something which I'm not sure if anybody else, maybe this is why it gets its unique taste and flavour, right? But they essentially, just like with Scottish whiskey, which after being distilled, the alcohol is put into oak barrels and let to sleep for 10, 15, 20 years or whatever, this stuff is also put into wooden barrels, just like whiskey barrels. In fact, they are former bourbon barrels, and then put to sleep for 3 years while the flavour ferments. So another very interesting connection there. I wonder if Mr. McIlhenny originally thought whiskey, this is how they make whiskey. It tastes good with age. I wonder if chili pepper sauce would be, I wonder if hot sauce would essentially behave in the same way. Well, I would say it's a pretty good result. It's also got vinegar and salt. Those are the main ingredients. I love vinegary stuff, so I think this is part of the reason why I am a big fan of this. And of course, after Mr. McIlhenny died, his whole family took over the business and ran it until the present day. The chief executive, I believe, is still in that same family line of Mr. McIlhenny, the original person. I think it's a fascinating story, and I would actually love to go there. So hopefully I can make that happen. Hot sauce. I have been deprived myself of hot sauce for all these years until my age that I am now, because I didn't like hot sauce. I don't know. It took me to go to New Orleans last year to really fall in love with it, and I'm very glad I did, because wow, it's good. So let me read you some of the tweets, hey? First suggestion I got actually was from a very good friend of mine, a Scottish vlogger called Wee Scottish Lass, aka Moscow Moon. She said, one word, cereal. So I've got here a couple of flakes of cereal. This is Special K, which is, I'm not sure if you have that in America, but it's kind of like a healthy, all-bran, flaky cereal. Can't believe I'm about to put Tabasco on it and eat it. Alright, there's my cereal flake. There is the Queen's approved hot sauce. That is 2 drops. And this stuff is pretty potent, so you can't put too much of this stuff on. Alright. Oh! Oh, it's got a kick. I think you sometimes forget actually how potent Tabasco can be. That was just a couple of drops and that was a bit of a punch. To be honest, I couldn't really taste the flake there. I'm not sure that's how it's supposed to happen. Somebody said chocolate bar. And that's an interesting one because there are a lot of chocolate bars out there with chili, so I think it's already a good combination. So I think actually this is going to be pretty good as well. Let's me have a wee little look. A drop or 2 right on the end of this Kit Kat bar. Chili and chocolate. That's actually very good, guys. It's almost like there's nothing that you can't put Tabasco on or chili hot sauce. Someone said a Jammie Dodger. I had one more Jammie Dodger in my cupboard. Literally, this is my last Jammie Dodger. That's the Jammie Dodger. I don't know if you guys know in the States what a Jammie Dodger is, but it's essentially a biscuit with 2 pieces of kind of like shortbread and then jam in the middle with a little heart. A famous, iconic British biscuit, a Jammie Dodger. And somebody's asked me to put Tabasco on it. I think this might ruin it a little bit. I need to put a few dollops all the way around here to make sure that I get Tabasco and Jammie Dodger. Oh, that's quite a lot of drops. That might get a bit burny. Quite a lot there. It's actually really good, guys. Wow, hot sauce, Tabasco with a biscuit. That sweet and spicy flavour. You know what I think I love about hot sauce, American hot sauce, is that, especially this Tabasco, I'm not sure there's a taste, but what it seems to do is open your throat up and open your tongue up and open your taste buds, so it like enhances other flavours. They just come through all stronger. And right now I'm just tasting, as well as a spicy flavour, I'm also tasting really strong jam. Alright, now we've got a bit weird. It's getting weirder and weirder, guys. Cake. Not got much cake left, but I'm gonna have a little bit of sponge cake. Let's see how we get on. This just seems so wrong and unnatural. Come on. Get out the bottle. It's really good. What can I say? Meat good. Jam good. Hot sauce. Alright. Fudge. And it just so happens I have a fudge sauce in my cupboard and I've got some there on a little bit of a spoon, to which I'm going to add Tabasco. It's so weird, guys. So weird. Oh, I can feel that in my belly now. Nothing can bring this stuff down. It goes with everything. But let's see, this could actually tip the scales in the other direction because I have got in the freezer, what's that? That is ice cream, and I had lots of comments, probably 5 or 6 different people saying, try hot sauce with ice cream. That will be the test. So here we go. Put some Tabasco on it, let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't cause some kind of chain reaction. 3 drops. Okay, that is bizarre. It seemed like the sugar involved plus the Tabasco seemed to balance each other out, and then I just tasted nothing. That was weird. And I did read as well online, and this, I'm not sure if this is 100% true or not, but I read that for rats there is a fatal dosage of this stuff. I guess that's to be expected. Hopefully I don't reach that fatal dosage. Alright, we're getting down to the business end now. There's only a couple things left, but I think it's probably the best experiments here. Derek, Scottish Geeks, said lemonade. I don't know if you follow me on social media, Instagram and all that, but if you do, you'll know that I absolutely love lemonade, so hopefully Tabasco does not spoil it. Let's try. I probably need quite a few drops to get the flavour of both lemonade, the sparkling lemonade, fresh sparkling lemonade, and Tabasco. Weird combination. It's going to be like some kind of weird cocktail. Okay, I think we finally found something the Tabasco does not go with. Lemonade, freshly squeezed lemonade. But now, we're down to the final one, and this is a big one. Whiskey oak wooden barrels that they used to store the whiskey, right? Just so happens I have got a pretty not bad little collection of single malt Scotch whiskies right there behind me in the cabinet. Dave Ball said, and a lot of people agreed, that I should try whiskey with Tabasco. That'll be the ultimate proof of whether this thing is real or not. So, this can't be good for you. But I'm doing it for the people. This here is a very, very, very good single malt Scottish whiskey. Tobermory from the Isle of Mull. And I think I'm down to my very last dram of this stuff. I've had this for about 3 years. Drinking it very slowly. It was a gift from my mum. Really, really liked it. And for my last dram, I'm going to be putting Tabasco in it. So that just goes to show you how much making these videos means to me. Did you hear that? That sounded good. I think my sense of smell has been singed away. I'm going to try a little tiny wee dram. Then we can really get the sense of Tabasco plus Scotch whiskey together. It's a very, very small amount there. Probably just enough. Kind of feel like we're doing a science experiment here. Hopefully nothing explodes. Tabasco versus Scottish whiskey. Here we go. 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops, 4 and 5 for good luck. 6. 6 for good luck. Alright, that's a proper cocktail. I think that's giving it a bit more of a fighting chance there, because whiskey is obviously very overpowering, so I've put a small bit in there and 6 drops of Tabasco. So how do we get on with this? Wow. There is literally nothing that you cannot put. Like I said in my original tweet today, is there anything a few drops of Tabasco will not make better? And I'm not going to sit here saying, guys, that the Tabasco, this is going in a blooper reel. I'm not going to say that the Tabasco made this whiskey better than it was originally, but it makes it different. It's almost like I'm having a cocktail now. A much more fiery version of whiskey. Jack Daniels made that kind of really fiery cinnamon whiskey, right? And all they needed to do is have a partnership with Tabasco, and it's not bad, you know? Oh, I'm getting double burned now. I think we've had just about enough of that for tonight. I don't know what point I'm trying to prove tonight. I really don't. I think I've lost the purpose of why I was doing this. Why was I doing it? Yes, New Orleans, Louisiana, more importantly, the food in Louisiana, and my new love of hot sauce thanks to my trip to Louisiana. And I just want to say thank you, America, because wow, that is a place that makes such incredible diverse food, seafood, meat, bread types of stuff, rice and beans, and a lot of it with this fiery hot sauce flavour, and I absolutely love it. I'm addicted. And guys, I can't wait to come back to New Orleans and try it. I can't wait to come back to Louisiana and actually go on a tour and try more hot sauces. I know there's probably thousands out there in America in different states. Tabasco is certainly, from what I've read, one of the originals. Interesting. Did you think it was interesting? I'd like to know your thoughts down below in the comments. And I'd just like to give a quick big shout out to all the people listed on the bottom of the screen right now. These are my top supporters on Patreon. They will be seeing lots of behind the scenes exclusive content that I give, early access videos, and their support helps me to keep this channel going, so I would very much appreciate if you would consider signing up. The link for that is down below. Guys, that was today's video. A bit out there, I'll give you that, right? And I've still got a little bit of drag of that whiskey left, so that is a bit of a result. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're keeping safe and well in these extraordinary, bizarre times. And until the next episode, I hope you have a good night, morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever time of day it is wherever you are in the world. Take care.